If you've ever picked up a camera and thought, why are there so many buttons? Or why don't my photos look how I want? You're not alone. In this video, I'm going to explain camera settings simply. No big words, no confusing charts, no stress. By the end, you'll understand your camera enough to actually use it. Camera settings decide how much light comes in, how fast the photo is taken, and how bright the photo looks. There are three main settings you need to know. 1. Shutter speed. 2. Aperture. 3. ISO. If you understand these three, you understand photography basics. Shutter speed is how fast the camera takes a picture. You can think of shutter speed like blinking your eyes. A fast blink takes a very quick photo. A slow blink keeps the camera open longer and takes a longer photo. A fast shutter speed freezes movement in your photo. A slow shutter speed shows motion and can create blur. For sports or kids who are running, you should use a fast shutter speed. For still objects that are not moving, a slower shutter speed is usually okay. If your photos look blurry, it usually means your shutter speed is too slow. Aperture is how wide the camera opens to let light in. On your camera, you will see aperture numbers like f2.8, f4, and f8. Here's the easy way to remember it. A small number means a big opening. A big opening lets in more light and creates a blurry background. A big number means a small opening. A small opening lets in less light and keeps more of the photo sharp. For portraits, photographers usually use a low number like f2.8 to blur the background. For group photos, photographers often use a higher number like f8 so everyone stays in focus. Aperture also helps decide how much of your photo is in focus, from front to back. ISO controls how bright your photo is. A low ISO gives you a clean and clear photo. A high ISO makes your photo brighter, but it can also add grain or noise. When you are outside in daylight, you should use a low ISO. When you are inside or shooting at night, you may need to use a higher ISO. A simple rule to remember is to only raise your ISO when there is not enough light. If your photo looks noisy or grainy, it usually means your ISO is too high. These three camera settings work together as a team. When you change one setting, the other settings may also need to be adjusted. For example, if you use a fast shutter speed, your camera will need more light. If you use a small aperture, it lets in less light. If you raise your ISO, it adds brightness to your photo. You do not have to master all of this right away. The most important thing to remember is that these settings affect each other. If you want a simple way to start, set your camera to A or AV mode. Choose aperture around f3.5 to f5.6. Set ISO to auto. Let the camera help you. This lets you focus on learning without feeling overwhelmed. Camera settings won't make you a good photographer. Taking photos will. Your first photos won't be perfect. That's normal. Every great photographer started exactly where you are. Practice matters more than perfect settings. If this made camera settings feel less confusing, that's a win. Keep practicing, keep creating, and don't overthink it. If you want more beginner photography tips that actually make sense, subscribe and stick around. Your camera can do more than you think.